In a move that has ignited fierce debate, President Donald Trump has bypassed Congress to cancel nearly $5 billion in foreign aid, a decision that has stirred controversy and raised serious legal questions. But here's where it gets controversial. Trump is using a rarely employed mechanism called a pocket rescission to pull back funds that Congress had already approved, a tactic not seen in almost 50 years. The Office of Management and Budget, OMB, has formally notified Congress of the plan to rescind $4.9 billion in foreign aid, a move that could lead to a significant legal showdown if lawmakers do not act. This proposal comes late in the fiscal year, meaning if Congress does not approve the cancellation, the funds will automatically be restored. This timing is critical and adds a layer of complexity to the ongoing budget negotiations. Secretary of State Marco Rubio defended the action, stating, "For the first time in nearly 5 decades, the president is exercising his authority under the Impoundment Control Act to implement a pocket rescission, canceling $4.9 billion in what he describes as woke and weaponized foreign aid that conflicts with his America First agenda." This statement highlights the administration's framing of the aid as misaligned with its priorities, but it also underscores the political tension surrounding the decision. However, this move threatens to complicate bipartisan efforts to prevent a government shutdown. Congress faces a September 30th deadline to approve new funding. Failure to do so could halt large portions of federal operations. Democrats have warned that the use of pocket rescissions could make these crucial negotiations even more difficult. Representative Rosa DeLauro, the top Democrat on the House Appropriations Committee, was unequivocal in her criticism, telling CNN, "This is illegal. The president continues to try to seize funds that Congress has already appropriated. We allocated this money, and this action blatantly violates the law." She also emphasized that Democrats plan to push for stricter limits on presidential authority in upcoming budget talks, saying, "We need to establish guardrails." Russell Vought, the OMB director, has consistently maintained that the pocket rescission is a legitimate option, despite widespread disagreement over its legality. Vought, who served in the same role during Trump's first term, has a deep understanding of the president's powers and the tools available to advance his agenda. Many of these efforts directly challenge Congress's traditional control over federal spending, drawing sharp rebukes from Democrats and even some Republicans who quietly resent the encroachment on their authority. The criticism is bipartisan. Maine Senator Susan Collins, the top Republican on the Senate Appropriations Committee, condemned the move as a clear violation of the law. She pointed to a Government Accountability Office, GAO, ruling that deemed pocket rescissions illegal, stating, "Since this package was sent to Congress so close to the fiscal year's end, it appears to be an attempt to rescind funds without congressional approval, which is unlawful." Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer also slammed the administration's plan, calling it further proof that President Trump and congressional Republicans are determined to reject bipartisanship and go it alone this fall. His comments highlight the deep partisan divide over this issue. With the government funding deadline fast approaching, a White House official indicated a preference for a clean continuing resolution, CR, a temporary funding measure without additional policy riders, lasting for some time. The official expressed confidence that Democrats would be blamed if they opposed such a measure, saying, "It's hard to believe they would reject a clean CR and be responsible for a government shutdown. Usually, those who demand more than a clean CR end up taking the blame." The administration insists it stands on firm legal ground regarding the pocket rescission, citing its interpretation of a previous GAO decision related to the Impoundment Control Act. They believe this position would hold up in court if challenged. President Trump formally informed Congress of his decision in a letter sent Thursday, announcing the cancellation of $4.9 billion in funding allocated to the Department of State, the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, and other international assistance programs. The breakdown includes $3.2 billion from USAID's development assistance programs, $393 million for State Department peacekeeping activities, $322 million from the State Department's Democracy Fund, and over $444 million in other peacekeeping aid. This is not Trump's first attempt to reduce congressionally approved funding. The notification triggers an automatic 45-day pause on the targeted funds, giving lawmakers a window to act. If Congress does not pass legislation enacting the cuts within that period, the funds will automatically be restored. However, because this proposal was made so close to the fiscal year's end, it effectively cancels the funding unless Congress intervenes. The last time a president used a pocket rescission was Jimmy Carter in 1977, making this a rare and significant use of presidential power. This unfolding story continues to develop, with potential legal battles and political ramifications ahead. What do you think? Does the president have the right to use this tool to reshape foreign aid priorities, or is this an overreach that undermines Congress's constitutional authority? Share your thoughts and join the conversation below. CNN's Sarah Ferris contributed to this report.